Dear students, in the last week we have studied the meaning of biasing the BZT, need of biasing the BZT, meaning of operating point, DC load line, and how operating point is located on the DC load line. Then we have covered the factors affecting the stabilization of the operating point. Then we have studied stabilization of the operating point by defining the stability factor, and we concluded that if the value of stability factor is less, the operating point is more stable, and if the value of stability factor is more, then the operating point is less stable. We also derived the formula for stability factor in general, and also we have concluded by deriving the formula for stability factor in case of common base configuration and also for common emitter configuration, and that conclusion is for common base configuration stability factor comes to be 1 plus beta, which is greater than 1, and hence for common base configuration value of stability factor S comes to be equal to 1. Hence the common base circuit seems to be more stable rather than the common emitter configuration for which the stability factor is greater than 1, and that's equal to 1 plus beta. As a being common emitter configuration is not so stable configuration, and that's why we need to make use of methods of biasing the BZT. There are 4 methods of biasing the BZT. One is a fixed method of biasing, second one is a collector to base biasing method, third one is emitter biasing or self biasing, fourth one is voltage divider biasing method. In today's lecture, we are going to study the fixed method of biasing BZT. The fixed method of biasing of BZT makes use of a transistor Q, which is used in common emitter configuration, in which input is provided between base and that of emitter, whereas output is taken across collector and that of emitter. The current flowing through a resistance RC connected between VCC and collector, across which we are going to get the output voltage, and that resistance is treated as the load resistance or collector resistance. The fixed bias is provided by using the base resistance RB connected between VCC and that of base of transistor to be biased. As value of RB is fixed, supply voltage VCC is fixed. That means current provided to the base of transistor will be through the same power supply VCC. As a being that particular base current is fixed at the cost of fixed value of RB and that of fixed value of biasing voltage VCC, this method of biasing BZT is called as fixed biasing method. Let us see its description. The fixed method of biasing uses the circuit that represents the BJT in common emitter mode with RB as a biasing resistor connected to VCC and base. Collector resistor RC will act as a load resistance, may be called as RL, across which we get the output voltage VO or VC. Here the DC supply for collector and the base is the same. That is, VCC provides this supply to the both. RB is the resistor such that the constant value of base current IB flows through the base of transistor. Let us perform its mathematical analysis. By applying the Kirchhoff's voltage law to this particular loop, we can get the base current IB is equal to VCC minus VBE upon RB. But as the being value of VBE is less, that is 0.2 volt for germanium and 0.6 volt for silicon, the value of VBE is neglected and the base current equation becomes equal to IB equal to only VCC upon RB. And as the value of VCC is constant, RB is constant, therefore the base current IB that flows to the base of transistor, it is constant. By differentiating this equation with respect to IC to determine the stability factor, we have to determine the relation between IB and IC, and this is the relation that we have got that doesn't contain IC. So that's why by differentiating IB with respect to IC, as the being VCC and RB are constant, the base current is constant, therefore the differentiation of this particular constant quantity, that is delta IB upon delta IC, that is 0. Putting this value of delta IB upon delta IC in stability factor equation, that is 1 plus beta upon 1 minus beta into delta IB upon IC. This is the general equation of stability factor which I already obtained. Put the value of delta IB upon delta IC in this equation. By putting it, we can get this factor beta into delta IB upon delta IC becomes 0, and hence the stability factor becomes equal to S equal to 1 plus beta upon 1 minus 0, and that's equal to 1 plus beta. Here the stability factor comes to be greater than or equal to 1. As being the value of S is greater than 1, the fixed bias method doesn't provide much stability for the operating point of BJT. So that's how we can say the fixed method of biased circuit is unstable. Friends, in this particular period, we are going to study only one method of biasing the BJT, that is a fixed method of biasing, and along with its mathematical analysis so as to determine its stability factor. And by knowing the value of that particular stability factor, we concluded that fixed method of biasing is not so stable method of biasing. Next time we will study the next types of biasing methods.